Okay, so this is lesson 18, representing situations with inequalities. What do those symbols mean? They want you to match each inequality to the meaning of a symbol within it. So the first one, this would be H is greater than 50. So you could just draw a line to greater than. This next one, H is less than or equal to 20. And the last one would be 30 is greater than or equal to H. So you're reading these from the left to the right, from left to right. All right, number 2, is 25 a solution to any of the inequalities, and which ones? So I'd plug in 25 for H. Is 25 greater than 50? No. Is 25 less than or equal to 20? No. Is 30 greater than or equal to 25? Yes, it is. So this one would be C. Okay, the next one, is 40 a solution to any of the inequalities, and which ones? Is 40 greater than 50? Is 40 less than or equal to 20? Both of those are no. Is 30 greater than or equal to H? So it would be none of these. Number 4, is 30 a solution to any of the inequalities? Is 30 greater than 50? No. Is 30 less than or equal to 20? No. Is 30 greater than or equal to H? Yes, 30 is equal to H. Okay, 18.2, planning the senior ball. So you have these descriptions here about the senior ball. 120 people attended, needs to be at least one chaperone for every 20 students, and all of that. Here are some inequalities the seniors wrote about the situation. Each letter stands for one quantity in this situation. Determine what is meant by each letter. So you would look at these and look at the descriptions and see what would T is less than or equal to 20. What could that possibly mean? Well, if you look at this, T is talking about ticket price because it cannot exceed $20 per person. So T represents price of tickets, of each ticket or price of tickets, any of that. Okay, so the next part, you have a 120 is less than or equal to P, less than or equal to 200. Well, 120 and 200, you see that right here. 120 people attended, and anywhere up to 200 people might attend. So P would be the number of people attending. I guess you could put P represents the number of people attending. And then the next one, you have P times T minus M is greater than or equal to 200. Well, we know that the number of people attending multiplied by the ticket price then that minus M stands for, if you look, this would be the cost of meals and entertainment. And so if you deduct that, then that would give you that profit that they need to make, which is at least $200. So you could say the number of people attending multiplied by the ticket price, and let's see this, number of people attending times the ticket price minus the cost of meals and entertainment would, or you could say, needs to be greater than or equal to 200, because they wanted a profit of at least 200 to be contributed to the school. All right, so this next one we have C is greater than or equal to P divided by 20. Well, where you see that is there needs to be at least one chaperone for every 20 students. So you would take your chaperones. C represents number of chaperones. And because they have to take the number of people or number of students and divide that by 20 in order to determine how many chaperones they need. Okay, real quick, we don't always do the are you ready for more, but I want to look at this. Kyron says we should add the constraint t is greater than or equal to 0. So we already have this constraint. T is less than or equal to 20. Why does he think we need to add the constraint t is greater than or equal to 0? Well, we know the ticket price could be $20 or less, but it does not make sense to have a ticket price of negative amount. So that's why he's saying we need that t is greater than or equal to 0, because you need, it would not make sense to have a negative ticket price. I just wanted to look at that for just a minute. Okay, 18.3 elevator constraints. An elevator car in a skyscraper can hold at most 15 people. And then they have these safety reasons. Each car can carry a maximum of 1,500 kilograms. And they tell you what on average an adult weighs, on average what a child weighs. And each person's going to carry 4 kilograms of gear. So they want us to write as many equations and inequalities as you can think of to represent the constraints. Be sure to specify the meanings of any letters that you use, and they want us to avoid using these letters. So you could say, the first thing I think of is number of people. So we know P is at most 15 people. So let's see, we could use the equation box. Let's see what that looks like. So P is less than or equal to P is less than or equal to 15. So and then over here you would say P represents number of people in the elevator. Whoops. In the elevator car or in the elevator. Okay, and so another one you could come up with would be it can carry a maximum of 1,500 kilograms. So let's say our W is our weight, and we could say W is less than or equal to 1,500, and you could put kilograms. Oops, we need to do text box. W represents the weight in kilograms. You could also do an equation including your adult weight, your child weight, then the weight of the gear. Let's say that A represents number of adults and C represents number of children. So let's make an equation with that. So we know our adults weigh 70 kilograms. So 70A plus children weigh 35. This is all approximate. 35C plus you've got 4 kilograms per adult plus 4 kilograms per child, and that's going to equal you could say weight, equals your weight. And then we know we need our weight to be less than or equal to 1,500 kilograms. So we could also, another one you could do, we could do A plus C, and we know that that has to be less than or equal to 15. So, because that's number of adults, number of children. So any of these would work. All right, skip number 2. Number 3, rewrite your equations and inequalities so that they would work for a different building. So we're saying an elevator car can hold at most Z people. So you could say instead of P is 15, you could say P is, whoops, it didn't work. P is less than or equal to Z, because Z is your how many people. Each car can carry a maximum of M kilograms. So instead of 1,500, we would do W, oops, let me move that up. W is less than or equal to M. And then the last one, each person carries G kilograms of gear. So we could take this equation, it's 70A plus 35C plus 4G, it would be G times A plus G times C, because instead of 4 kilograms of gear, it's G kilograms of gear, equals, we could say W, or you could say M. No, you could say, we'll say W. So there, that would give you the end of that. So the rest is the summary. Read over that. If you have an exit ticket to cool down to do, then you'll want to complete that.